All right, let's talk about Stormclaw. We just did a good bit of testing with this one. This is the one I was the most worried about going in after seeing all the patch changes. Remember, Grizzly Rage only has 6 seconds of unstoppable now, and when you're in werewolf form, that's the only unstoppable you can access, so you don't have any. The rest of the time you're in Grizzly Rage. That was really concerning. Also, the damage reduction nerfs were really concerning. So here's the TLDR. We've ran several Nightmare dungeons at the level I was before when I created it. This is only a level 85 character, so it's not the highest stuff we can do, but we're in the 40s to 50s and 85, which is still really good. And there's some noticeable changes. You know, you don't heal quite as much with Masochistic, but you still heal a lot. Like you can, it's a full, you can rely on it completely. Hurricane doesn't heal at all anymore because the lucky hit chance on it is abysmal. It's higher, it says something that's higher than it is because it spreads it over the duration or does something weird. So it doesn't heal at all. And we do take a bit more damage for sure. But all that being said, they're just about as smooth as they were before. They're slightly less smooth, doing about the same time, I believe, as it was before. And I honestly don't notice the unstoppable change much at all. That's the most shocking part. Whatever Blizzard did over the last few patches, as long as you're not like taking like cold enchant and then just running face first into everything with cold enchant on and just like standing in all of it and hoping nothing happens, the CC just isn't as bad anymore. I don't feel like I need to have unstoppable up constantly in order to survive. So here's where I think is going to happen with Stormclaw. I think it's going to generally keep its same spot on like end game tier list and speed farming tier list. It's going to at least be very close on that. I think it's probably going to drop a tier on the Nightmare dungeon pushing because it just doesn't have as much damage reduction, and this build was reliant upon damage reduction and being extremely tanky in order to push high tiers. You might be able to do it with like a bulwark version, but you're going to do so little damage that it's going to be really hard to clear if you're not going with the bugged bulwark, that is, which is a different build anyway. So I think it'll probably drop a tier on the Nightmare dungeon pushing because it's just going to not be able to handle as much damage. But other than that, I think it's going to be about where it was. This is still a really good build. It's still fun. It's not going to be a top tier speed farmer. It's never going to be that. But it's going to be a smooth, easy build to play that is low stress for people that don't want to worry too much about crazy rotations and dodging all the mechanics. It's still going to be all those things. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty similar to what it was, slightly down on the Nightmare dungeon pushing, but overall, if you enjoyed it before, I think you'll still enjoy it pretty much just as much as you did before.